Hello everyone, and welcome to the Seattle Seahawks collaboration with myself and Lisa from Diamond and Stitches. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, and again welcome to the Seattle Seahawks collaboration with myself and Lisa from Diamond and Stitches. This is a custom 40 by 70 of the Seattle Seahawks emblem, and this is a full square drill. Now, I approached Lisa in the beginning in regards to doing a collaboration together. I noticed that she was a big Seahawks fan, and I am as well. So I thought it would be really nice to be able to do a collaboration with somebody that was also a big Seahawks fan. And I also noticed that she had a couple of diamond paintings that were of Seattle Seahawks emblems, and I approached her with doing a collaboration and doing these pictures together. And she was gracious enough to agree, and I really love Lisa. I think she's wonderful. If you haven't had a chance to check out her channel, please do so. She's hilarious, funny, she has tons of information, and she is the sweetest person I've ever met. So please do check her out, and I will have her channel linked down below in the description box. So tonight we are going to do spooky Halloween tag questions. Stay tuned. Let's get to the first question. Question 1. Favorite horror or Halloween theme song? I really don't have a favorite Halloween theme song, but I do have a tune that I like, or I guess which I could call a favorite, and it still to this day freaks me out, and that is the tune of Jaws. So every time I hear that doo-doot, doo-doo-doo-doo, you know, oh my gosh, I'm always like looking around the corner going, okay, where is it? So that would be my answer to that question. So question 2, name something that you wouldn't want to run into in a dark forest or in an abandoned building. A zombie. I definitely would not want to run into something that is, you know, the living dead. No. Another thing that would freak me out if I were to see it in the woods or in an abandoned building would be a bat or a wild dog. Those two would freak me out as well. But a zombie, yeah. Not what I would want to run into. Okay, so question 3. Have you ever played with a Ouija board? Yes, I did. And let me tell you, I played with it once, and it was the last time I ever touched it, let alone looked at it. I was freaked out after that episode, and I believe I was around 8, maybe 9 years old, and my sisters had friends over for a sleepover, and they decided that it would be fun to ask questions to the Ouija board. Now, I really didn't know what it was to begin with. My mother didn't think it was a great idea, but nevertheless, they brought this board out. They started asking simple questions at first, and then asked some very not so simple questions, and let me tell you, I have never forgotten that experience, nor will I ever do it again. It freaked me out, literally. Question number 5, the creepiest thing that has ever happened while you were alone. Okay, about 3 years ago, I was on the highway driving home, and I needed to roll down the window in our car, so I push the, sorry. So basically I wanted to roll down my window. I was driving, and when I pushed the button to roll down the window, or to bring down the window, the passenger side window came down just a little bit, and I thought, well, okay, that's a little strange. So I didn't think anything of it, and I pushed the button to roll the passenger side window back up, because I thought that was really weird. And it only rolled down for like, a couple of inches, maybe at most. So it went back up after I pushed the button. And then I went back and I pushed my button for the driver's side window to go down. And the passenger side window went all the way down that time. I'm like, okay, this is a little weird. So I decided to pull over and try to figure out why the passenger side window kept trying to go down. So anyway, I decided, well, I got to get home. I got to figure out what's going on with this passenger side window. So I get back in the car and I push the button to roll the passenger side window back up again. And it went back up. And then about, I would say a minute later, it went back down 2 inches. I thought, okay, this is really bizarre. Something's not right. So I decided I was going to leave the window alone. I mean, and it was cold. It wasn't, like warm out by any means. And I left the window alone because that freaked me out. Something was not right with that window. So needless to say, I ended up taking it to the dealership because the car was only 3 years old. So it wasn't like it was that old. And I explained to them, listen, there's something wrong with my car. It's either being possessed or there's something mechanically wrong with this car. And they're like, well, what's going on? And I told them, and you should have seen the looks on their faces. They were looking at me like I was like from another planet. Anyway, come to find out that the wires got, I guess, crossed or something with the windows. So when I was asking my window on the driver's side to go down, it was actually telling the passenger side window to go down. So needless to say, there were no ghosts, but freaky nevertheless. So that's my answer to that one. Okay, so number 6. If you were dared to spend the night in a haunted house, would you do it? Oh, hell no. No way. You could not pay me enough to stay in a haunted house. No. So question number 7. Are you superstitious? Yes, I am. And it all depends on what it is, but yes, I am very superstitious. Question 8. Do you ever see figures in your peripheral vision? I would have to say no. I have in the past seen shadows, things like that, but I would say that's more of a active imagination versus actually seeing anything. So no, I would say no, I haven't seen any figures out of my peripheral vision. You know what? We're just going to bypass that question. Okay, so number 10. Do you prefer gore or thrillers? I'm a thriller type person. I like to watch thriller movies. They leave a lot more to your imagination than watching the blood and guts and gore stuff. So, okay, number 11. Do you believe in multiple dimensions or worlds? I would say I do believe in worlds, different worlds out there, and one of these days we will either find it or it has been found, but we just, don't know anything about it because nobody's telling us. So, but yes, I do believe in other worlds. Number 12. Ever made a potion of any sort? Oh, geez. You know what? Honestly, if I had made a potion of any kind, I probably would be dead, because I blew up my house or wherever I was making the potion. So, no, I've never made any type of potion. Question 13. Do you scare easily? Yes, I do. I've always scared easily. And, yeah, my sisters, when we were kids growing up, have always benefited from that. So they've always done mean things to me when I was growing up, and I think a lot of my jitters come from that, or at least did at that point or at that time. But yeah, my sisters used to pull pranks on me and do things that, yeah, just weren't very nice. Have you ever played Bloody Mary? What the heck is that? No, I've never even heard of Bloody Mary, so no, I've never played that. Whatever it is, and I don't know if I want to either. Okay, number 15. Do you believe in demons, the devil? Yes, I do. My grandmother was very religious, and she's instilled that into me. So yes, I do believe in demons and stuff like that. Question 16. You're home alone, but you hear footsteps in your house. What do you do? What would I do? I would get the heck out of Dodge, and if anyone was in front of me, watch out, because I'd run you right over, and I wouldn't think twice. Yeah, I would definitely get the heck out of that house. That would, yeah, definitely, would not stick around. Next question. If you got trapped in one scary movie, which one would you choose? Absolutely none of them. I mean, come on. If you've watched scary movies, you know that the outcome is not in your favor. So I would answer none of the above. I take the fifth. Okay, number 18. If you could only wear one Halloween costume for the rest of your life, what would you be? Well, that's a tough one. You know, I don't, wow, that's a tough one. I guess, you know, if I had to choose, I wouldn't mind being Elvira. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm already getting gray hair. I definitely wouldn't have her body because, you know, she's really thin and I'm not. But yeah, I wouldn't mind being Elvira. I think that would be fun. Okay, so number 19. Would you ever go to a graveyard at night? Oh, hell no. No, no, no. And no way. You couldn't pay me enough to do that. Let's go to the next question. In a zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice? A machete. Yeah, a machete or a shotgun. If you were in a situation like The Walking Dead, you definitely wouldn't want a shotgun because that would draw attention to the rest of the dead. So I would say a machete. Yep, definitely. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Would you rather go to a Halloween party or go trick-or-treating? I'm too old to go trick-or-treating. No, I would rather go to a Halloween party just to see what other people are dressed up as and have fun, but definitely not trick-or-treating. I don't need any candy. I'd leave that up for the kids. You're in a horror movie. Are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer? Well, I hope to be the smart one, because I would try to figure out a way to get the heck out of there. Definitely would not direct people in the wrong place. That reminds me of that commercial, and I don't remember which commercial it is. I think it's a car commercial, but they have a group of teenagers huddled in this like cornfield, and they're trying to decide which which thing to do, get in the running car, go in the shed with all the knives and chainsaws. And I mean, some of those horror movies, when you watch them, they're utterly ridiculous. It's like, really, why would you do that? I mean, think about it. Why would you do that? And they always make the stupid choices, but oh well, that's just... And my husband tells me that. He says, why do they choose that? Why do they do that? It's like, hon, it's just a movie. It's just a movie. Who knows? So, let's go to 23. Do you have to watch something happy after watching a horror movie so that you can sleep? No. Now, I used to have to do that when I was a teenager, but now as an adult, no, I don't. I could fall asleep. Now, doesn't mean I won't have a nightmare, but yes, I can fall asleep. Okay, so 24. Whilst watching a scary movie, are you the person who yells at the character, the person with their eyes covered the whole time, or the person who falls asleep? Oh my gosh. I would be the one covering my eyes the whole time. Yep, that would be me. It depends though on the movie. I mean, honestly, if it's a thriller, no, I wouldn't have my eyes covered, and I would probably be the one screaming at the character, basically saying, "What are you thinking?" But if it's really, like super scary, yeah, I'd be the one covering my eyes. Question 25. Are you the one who gets scared or the one who does the scaring? Well, I'm the one that gets scared, and it's my husband that would love to do the scaring. That's why I don't go to a horror movie with him, because I know him too well, and he would definitely be trying to scare me every chance he had. So, yeah, I'm the one that gets scared. Number 26. Favorite scary book? That would be Pet Sematary by Stephen King. That book freaked me out, and the movie freaked me out even worse. So that would be... I love Stephen King's books, and yeah, that one really freaked me out. Number 27. How old were you when you saw your first horror movie? Oh boy. I think I was about 7 or 8. My father told my mother, this is a good story. My father told my mother that he was going to take us to see a kids movie, like a comedy, but a kids movie. And technically, he wasn't lying. He did. The first movie was definitely a kids movie. Now, I can't remember the name of the movie, and I can't tell you what I was watching because I was so horrified by the feature film that played after. Now, this was back in the late, or no, not late, sorry. This was back in the early 80s, and drive-in theaters were still, pretty big. He took us to this drive-in theater, and like I said, the first movie was directed for kids, which is normal, usually what happens. But the feature film was called The Car. Now, I don't know if any of you have seen this movie, and if you like scary horror movies, this is a good one to watch. It scared the bejeebers out of me, literally. I could not sleep. I could not even be around a window for months. My mother was so mad at my dad for taking us to see that movie, and honestly, I don't think he realized that it was that bad, but it was, it was pretty bad. And I had nightmares of this car coming after me and coming through the house, and yeah. So if you've ever seen this movie, You understand what I mean by I didn't want to be around a window. Because this car literally in the scene went into the house through the front window and out the back of the house, killing the person inside it. So yeah, you know, as a 8-year-old, that's pretty scary. Pretty bad. Yeah. So next question. What was your first Halloween costume? Oh, jeez. I don't remember, to be honest with you. It could have been just about anything. All I remember when we were kids growing up with Halloween costumes is that plastic mask. And it was just always super sticky and hot in that plastic mask. But I couldn't tell you what costume it was, to be honest with you. Most likely I would say either a princess or a clown of some sort, but yeah. I don't remember, sorry. So next question, what are you going to be for Halloween this year? Well, unfortunately with my job, I have to work on Halloween night, and usually I don't get home before 10. Yeah, I don't get to celebrate Halloween and get to see the kids come to the doors in their cute little costumes. My husband's the same way. His job, unfortunately, keeps him from being home on Halloween as well. So neither one of us have been able to celebrate or be part of Halloween for, I would say, at least 10 years or longer. My husband longer, but me, it's been the last 10 years. So we don't even bother, buying candy. One year my husband took out a bucket full of candy, put it in the front door with a note, please take one, don't be greedy, or something similar to that. We have absolutely no idea if, anyone abide by that rule. You would hope so, because there's a lot of teenagers that go out trick-or-treating, and, to me, trick-or-treating is for young kids. It's not for teenagers, and it's not definitely for adults. Now, if you want to go to a party, that's one thing, to have fun, especially if you want to celebrate Halloween, but to actually go trick-or-treating at, let's say 17 years of age, I just don't think that's really right, but that's just me. All right, so next question. Question 30, this is our last question. If you could have a spooky Halloween pet, a black cat, an owl, a bat, a rat, or wolf, what would you pick? Oh, I would say I would pick the owl. I love owls, and at least I know that the owl will not hurt me. No, I just love owls, and I would rather have an owl than definitely not a rat. A black cat, well, I could live with a black cat. A wolf, I don't know. Wolves are wild dogs, and that might not be a good idea. But yeah, I would rather have an owl. Okay, everyone, that was the last question for tonight. So please let me know down below in the comments, what did you think about these questions, and how would you answer some of these questions? Please leave those answers down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I love your comments. So I hope you enjoyed the spooky Halloween questions and the answers. Also, please don't forget to go over and check out Lisa at Diamond and Stitches and see how she answered her spooky Halloween tag questions. So by saying that, we're going to go ahead and end the video. So if you like the video, give it that thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you didn't like the video, I'm okay with it. But if you can let me know down below in the comments what you didn't like about the video, that would really help me improve my videos in the future. Also, if you're new to the channel, a big welcome. If you like what you see and you like what you heard, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you join the family. But don't forget to hit the bell. The bell will indicate when I've uploaded my next video. So by saying that, everyone, if this is morning for you, have a very pleasant morning. If this is afternoon for you, have an excellent rest of your afternoon. And if this is evening for you, have a very restful evening. Again, my name's Jene, And thank you for spending some time with me tonight on the review with the Seattle Seahawks collaboration with Lisa from Diamond and Stitches. We'll talk again real soon.